So, what's happening, crypto world? What's happening, chat? I honestly think that we have won because have a look around. Every fucking metric, um, where is the loss going to come from? So, take a few steps back. Maybe you've got some hex ladders. Maybe you don't. I don't know. You can still, you're still early. You can create them now. You can yield farm if you want. You can also hold something like Pulse or Pulse X. I don't know. Either way, yeah, there's other people out there trying to fuck you, but how are they gonna win? By every metric. Okay, so if you are LPing and you're holding Pulse, Pulse fucking moons hard, like real hard, um, some impermanent loss kicks in, right? But then, assuming you're still holding some Pulse, then you're probably gonna still be okay. Like, you're winning either way. Um, you maybe don't want to provide LP on the PulseX side of like Hex and say Pulse, or maybe you do, up to you. But maybe you still also want to do the old school, the tried and true, classic mining, staking, time locking strategy, sending some stuff out into the future, which tends to be a pretty good move regardless, even if it doesn't work out the way you want it, you still have more tokens in the end, which eventually over time generally go up and to the right. Like I said, okay, maybe you bought at all-time highs. There is some negatives there. There is a slight possibility that you did lose there. However, what did you do with it from there? Was it your intention to trade? Or was it your intention to hold long term? Or maybe you actually believed in a sacrifice? Not sure if that's coming through. It should be okay. Some background noise. Yeah, like without even talking about my favorite tokens. Have a look at everything else in this space, right? Okay, the metric will be ultimate win when there's complete dominance of something like Pulse Chain, Hex, INC, PulseX, and everything over from Ethereum comes over to Pulse Chain. Yeah, that'll be like utter dominance. Take a step back, have a look at what's going on in development wise. Maybe we don't like other communities, maybe we don't like other tokens, however, they're far from dying. So if they're not in our shit, then there is something else, which is a net positive for crypto as a whole, yeah? Because most of the time, those people, wherever they are located, will innovate and continue to innovate. And this is how we have won. Basically, we're very close to winning the war, I would say. They could look at things like, the digital money, but that can't exist with cryptocurrency. So yeah, they could run it on a somewhat sort of a blockchain, but how are they going to get rid of everyone holding crypto or everyone holding cash? When yeah, you've got the Bitcoin ETFs and potentially other ETFs coming, and that is allowing the existence of Bitcoin to be cemented. Like its existence will stay unless somehow the ETF gets removed and all that Bitcoin hits the market, which I mean, yeah, it could happen at some time. Eventually, Wall Street maybe they're going to take some profits. Maybe they're going to sell some of this Bitcoin. But then, why would they push the price down against themselves? They might want to do it in a more logical, mathematically sound way. And like I said, I can't see any metrics us losing. We basically have won. So I thought I'd come up here, do my cringe streams, because like, have a look at it. Even in this particular ecosphere, Richard High ecosphere, right? So you're talking about your favorite token, whatever, your favorite project being built on top of Pulse Chain or already in existence. It's basically the same recipe as someone else who's talking about their other favorite token. their other favorite meme coin or whatever else, their favorite Bitcoin, you know, and then just talking about the positives, explaining to the world why it's good. Eventually, right, some of the I don't know, talking points start to make more and more sense. Um, it's just, again, it's just net positive overall for crypto. We're seeing countries adopting Bitcoin very hard, like in a good way, I guess. Net positive for crypto. Um, yeah, like I said, I got nothing else to add. Like, these are basically my favorite tokens on this screen. The free stuff, the other stuff built around Hex. That's been done to death. Everyone knows about it or should know about it. If they don't, there's more than enough content. Maybe people make some updates, reviews, whatever. As T shares go up, price goes up. But in the future, what's probably going to happen is we're going to see these prices a lot higher. And even if it was only X that went up higher, right? Just hear me out. And whatever chain, pick a chain, any chain, there's only about two. But the one with cheaper fees will most likely perform better, I would imagine, because money goes most really better. And if you're LPing, like I said, you're getting ink. If ink moves real hard, that's amazing, right? Because, you know, I would say some feedback loops built in, could be built in, that are in existence. Some pathways you could take. Like I said, if Pulse X, even if it stayed at these levels, hovered for a long time, and ink itself just went up, I would still be more than happy. X would be the force that runs the hardest, I would say, and fastest, but could be wrong because it's already done some. It's not near the all-time lows anymore. Far from. Pulse X is just up a little bit from the lows, but again, check the entire crypto space. How at this point are we losing? It's very hard to see. Now, that's about it. Like, yeah, I think I'm struggling for words because I cannot think of ways that it's possible that crypto is losing, which is amazing. It's amazing for freedom of speech, freedom of movement, etc., etc. Yeah, we won. So I guess at this point in time, oh, that's right. So in the future, I can see the prices all being up higher, right, across the board, even through the bull run, even through the bear markets coming up after the bull run hasn't even hit yet, and then those if cycles, etc., and possibly all-time highs later on. And if you're locked in through Hex, you still be around, I would hope, and right up until the 15-year mark, which is only about 11 years away now. There's still meat left on the bone. L1s will probably still be ticking over, still functioning flawlessly. Dexes will still be around. Prices will probably still be increasing due to inflation in the entire economy. Maybe, just maybe, all the tech will catch up around us though. Everything from banking to, that's the main thing. Yeah, there'll be concerns about censorship and like tracking and shit like that, but it's already here. Not much you can do. Not much you can do. So instead of worrying, I guess you can just build your own future, create your own future. So whether that be build other stuff, makes more money, or just vote with your dollars and decide that, you know, if you don't like a company, don't shop there. If you don't like a crypto, don't use it. If you don't like what a particular cryptocurrency is doing, don't engage with it. Simple, right? If you don't like crypto at all, boycott it. But like, we'll see how that is going. Bitcoin, Ethereum hitting all-time highs around the world. It's just fucking amazing. What else? Yeah. It is gonna be. It is already good. Like how from this point, this price point. Okay, what if everything pulled right back? Then what do we think the price of Hex would do in terms of T-shirts? In terms of being able to buy it, and then will it go back up again? I would say it would. I would say maybe we've already hit and been sitting on the all-time lows for Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC. So where are they the most likely headed? If not sideways for a little bit. Think about it. Meanwhile, you're farming. Meanwhile, we don't know what else is coming. Meanwhile, other stuff's being built. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it makes more money. And hopefully they then decide to, diversify their shit and be able to enter in something that's like not infinite art, but basically created very fertile grounds that still exists and just continues to tick along. I'm just amazed. Amazed how well this is all going. What else? You could look at politics. You could look at world events. Hopefully we get hit by a comet anytime soon. But yeah. It's like I said, we've won across in every metric, not just pulse chain, not just X, INC, pulse X, the things built around it, all of crypto. I mean, unless you're a scamming piece of shit, then no, you haven't won. But generally, if you're an actual legitimate project, actually providing utility, I can't see you going away anytime, any of us, That's about it. What's happening, chat? Yeah, it's just me signing in, just explaining how we've crypto across the board is basically won at this point. I can't see how I haven't won. I mean, yeah, the green candles, you could say is the sign of how hard we're actually winning, but like, I guess there's more to winning than just price. Like, what if, for instance, you enjoy a particular sport, right? And you want it to succeed. So I guess the objective could be for you as an individual to perform well at it, to be able to win various tournaments globally. However, is it not also a win if you are part of that particular sport and you are helping it to thrive and flourish and continue to exist? What about if, I don't know, if basketball or something was ceased to exist? That would require huge amounts of laziness from all participants for it to fail. Like, it's kind of what I'm saying here. Yeah, it's really good. Crypto is doing really well. I can't see it failing at this point. And think about how strong just one particular sector is, which is the Hexkins or Polskins, or maybe you don't like the Hexkins anymore. Maybe you like the Polskins anymore. I don't know. But think about that one particular segment. I have no idea what's going on anymore in the community. I'm just like, I sift around and I'm going, it's evolving, it's growing, it's where we end up, nobody knows now. Yeah, the core message, I would say, of Hex still exists in many people. However, they've just decided to mutate, evolve in a good way, and create new things, and that's gonna be fine, and hopefully it is fine, because then it makes more gains for everyone. Yeah, man. Like, and that's what I think. Like, the more we continue to win, or the more we continue to not lose, it makes it harder for it to be removed. Like you said, for crypto to be removed now is extremely hard. Like I said, with ETFs in place, although there's different aspects of crypto, like you don't want financial institutions to co-opt crypto entirely and have, only offer crypto through their products and only they own the crypto and then you never own it. But in competition to that, will that not bring about more people saying, well, if they have some, they want more of it, maybe I want more of it, or maybe you got lots and you want to sell it to them, a little bit of it, because you're not going to give up complete control of what you enjoy. But yeah, it kind of feels like that. Crypto is, although we're full of infighting, although we're full of different tribalistic clans that form, we don't actually battle anymore. Like it's all just online rhetoric. It's not actual going to war with another token and throwing your economic energy at something else. If you have a look at many wallets of what they actually hold, arguably crypto as a whole is just one big giant fucking smelting pot for various individuals who are extremely talented into the ones that actually build it. All the way trickling down to myself who just watches and goes, what the fuck? You can make money off this shit? You can get freedom from that money and then you can do whatever you want? It's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, very hard to lose. By every fucking metric, every single metric, crypto has won. Let's strategize. Could there be a crypto equivalent of a crypto bank run? Maybe rug pull, things like that. We see that. However, we don't see that with more established cryptocurrencies. Why? Because holders don't want their shit to die. If it's a bad design thing, maybe that's a human flaw. But less often do I see that happen myself because I'm not looking at those things. If you know what's happening, we've been live for how many years now? It's day 300. Spartan. That Spartan meme. I'm not sure if that's even anymore. I still like to use it, but day 300 of Pulse. 65 more days and it's been out for a year. Although it feels like it's been out for about 3 years. Leading into this upcoming bull market, I can't see how we're going to lose. Regardless, I can imagine, I wouldn't mind personally. This is just me. When I saw it tearing up Pulse Chain, PulseX, I was like, this is kind of cool. But I was thinking, if you're providing LP on any platform, but mainly PulseX, I look at myself. You've got that impermanent loss risk, like with the stables and Pulse, but I don't know how it's going to work. I made a little spreadsheet just tracking it out of interest. You've got the super less risky plays of like PulseX, but the yield's lower. If you have a look at it also, not including the INC token, it shows on how much the yield is. And it's not bad, I think some of the stables are still pushing out like 20%, not including INC gains. And PulseX is like, I think it's around the 5, 6, or 7. So, that's not bad considering we saw some other protocols on the Ethereum chain with like 5, 6, 7. And that's just purely providing stables. Like, that's not bad. And it's extremely there's not much risk in that play. However, most people would most likely be chasing a high yield. And so back to what I was saying, if you're chasing a high yield, personally, I wouldn't mind. This might sound bad, but if Pulse changes and PulseX continue to do their thing, they don't absolutely rip faces off, which is like may upset some people because they want like the, as I was saying, the next levels to be hit. I still think if Pulse Chain hits 0.002, we'll see something like Pulse X at SAC rate. And that could fuck up some LPing, but I'm not sure if it actually would knock some out the market. I haven't looked at that. But imagine if it just sort of steadily trickles up and down, and then but INC somehow is the one that fucking rips hard. Then it's like, if you happen to have that token, it's like impossible to lose. It's like, okay, you can sell it, and who's gonna buy it? Someone else will do. Who knows what? Maybe they provide more LP. Maybe you just use it to buy more Pulse or more Pulse X, which is, you know, also other people would be then selling their Pulse and Pulse X. And then also you could use it to buy more Hex and just build on top of your existing ladders. Now this is a very old Hexkin way, I would say, but yeah. You guys, yeah, what is it? What's happening, Tintel? Imaginary Terribles. What could that be? We could let's do that. Let's do the imaginable terribles, imaginary horribles. See, I forgot all about that as well. Like, and I've been seeing some stuff online with the wallets moving, like the shit being bought. It's kind of cool. How much ETH was that? Now think about it. I think another interesting pool as well. You've got the wrapped Ethereum and Pulse chain. Because I was looking at that one and going, that's interesting, especially. So I was thinking of a very basic level. I was thinking, well, what if you then have stakes ending, say, over on Ethereum, and you want somewhere to hold your Ethereum. While you're holding your Ethereum, yeah, you're subject to some risk of movements, but say Pulse and Ethereum move in the similar direction, you know, it's not a bad play holding that. I think it's pushing close to 100% APY or the yield from it through Ink, and also the initial yield you get. Oh, here we go. Say it pairs a big chunk of ETH on Pulse X with Pulse and Ink, while BlackRock is buying preparation of the NFT. What would it do to the price of Pulse? While ETH is roaring, you can buy it for pennies on Pulse. While ETH costs hundreds of pop. Is that a not horribles? Dude, that will. Yes, if I'm understanding correctly, it's something like, if you have assets like Ethereum, which cost lots to trade over on their chain, but you have that exact same thing over on Pulse chain, which costs pennies to trade, it would make more sense to wear a little bit of risk, I guess, bridge risk, and to save a lot of money on fees. Because I'll reread that though. If ETH on Pulse X or pairs ETH and Pulse, and that's one of the LP pools, if I'm not mistaken. Which I was looking at interestingly the other day. I'm like, what happens if wrapped ETH is tearing and Pulse is going up as well? Then what? While ETH is roaring, you can buy it for pennies on Pulse. Yeah, that's like, it's in that. How is that? Regardless, how is it a loss? It's just everything at the moment seems like net positive for crypto as a whole. Like regardless of what any cryptocurrency that's not a scam that anyone holds or engages with, is everything just continues to being developed, continues on being developed and built, etc. Like I was watching the other day, this I thought I'm watching too much like echo chamber rhetoric, and just, as long as you stay ratio stay similar. Yeah. Have you looked? Yeah, like I haven't looked at that stuff, man. But like that is, I guess, being built, which is good because as I was saying, like if you listen to a lot of the echo chamber, that's fine. You get, I guess, you can stay up to date with whatever's happening, but you could be missing out on what's going on. So if you're like some person who's interested in whatever it is, sport, for instance, you'd want to know the potential players of your opposition. So maybe you watch their games, maybe you study them, etc., etc. The same, I think, is true for anything like crypto, politics, maybe religion. I don't know. Just or even when you're deciding what new car should I buy, you don't just like go into one like, group and go, okay, what car should I buy? And we're talking about the same car and reviewing how wonderful it is. You'd want to check out what's going on everywhere because you want to figure out like maybe how to be the best, or maybe also just to figure out what's actually going on in the space, what's good value. So I was saying I was looking at some other stuff like the other dude off of I can't remember what it was, and I had the creator of Uni and just the stuff that they're working on. I'm like, it's interesting because it's not say you never heard of any cryptocurrency and that's your first entry point. It's still okay that you're hearing about that because it's still being developed and it's still being rolled out. So hopefully though, once people realize that, then they look around and start comparing. Okay, what's better? What can be better than a DEX? There's heaps of DEXs everywhere. Oh look, there's different chains, and they find like BNB. Then there's probably a whole lot of other DEXs I have no idea, like CowSwap. And then, like I said, maybe eventually they discover things like, oh, what's this Pulse chain? No one's talking about. Oh, it's super cheap, and then etc. etc. Then they find like a Spark Swap or something. I don't know. Like, and then they decide where's the best. Yeah. Always buying up stock now to sell later in the shop. I mean, that makes sense. But that's why like not trying to think of a word. Similar things could be happening I haven't been looking though. So the BNB pancake swap, I guess. I haven't looked at that. I'm not sure if people are bridging in their stables and doing the same play, because I'm like, well, if that's the case, it's a very similar move, but I haven't been looking at it. But so I can understand it easier from the this point of view. Hey, what's happening, monkey? And then OA moves are incredible. Deep dive on 7. Ugh. I haven't done that. That's why it's good, I guess, to follow that on everybody following that. It's kind of cool to see. It'd be good to see that across every single. Hey, what's happening, Blue? It'd be good to see that BBkins. It'd be good to see that if the same like I don't know if there's OA equivalents over on different chains, different platforms, etc. If there's large wallets and analyze what they're doing, because like I said, if we just constantly focus on what we're doing, we get stuck in the echo chamber. Maybe we miss out on some other stuff. Maybe there's stuff we're missing. Who knows? But yeah, like I said, I was just saying, Blue. By every metric, I think cryptocurrencies won. Not just like Pulse chain. Every single metric, no matter, except for like scams and shit like that. I guess you exclude them. But yeah, I can't see how cryptocurrency gets annihilated at this point in time. if it, I guess maybe some countries dislike it, but then it moves. It's global. Um, which is like, and I think we were saying before, I think cryptocurrency is almost pro freedom, like literally the pro freedom of speech, pro freedom of movement, pro life, team humanity sort of stuff. That's what I think. Like I said though, most people are just here to make money, which is fine because that gives you freedom, greater freedom than what you could have had in legacy finance. But yeah, that is about that's the moral of the story. Cryptocurrency is basically one. I don't see how we're losing at this point. I'm. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they're coming out with it's a cryptocurrency based payment system, but I don't think I don't know. Yeah, it'd be good. I mean, they've got like blockchain tech, but I don't think they'll just let it be open because it makes no sense. Like, even if they have a CBDC, like that's not like USDC or not the Bitcoin, anything. That I can't see them letting the chain be open to everyone to have a look because I don't word it. If you're if you're a bank, like an actual big ass bank, large financial institution, like global branches and shit, and then you have a blockchain, and then you figure out, and then everyone has an address, like we have post domains or whatever, and everyone has their own domain, and then like it doxes someone's address, and you can see every single transaction that's ever taken place. That's not logical for privacy purposes. Really? Yeah. Oh, that gives me a headache. It's like going back to my greatest concerns about cryptocurrency as a like since its inception, like it's been allowed to run. There's well, either they ignored it, didn't know about it, but since its inception, it has been allowed to run, and it makes you wonder, like, why? What is the greater purpose? It's like maybe to draw everyone into it, maybe to track and trace it, or I don't know, make people think it's like so all anonymous, and then like it's like no, actually, it's fucking extremely trackable if once you get a few bits of information. I don't know, but like I'm pretty sure transactions per second wise, like blockchain gets crushed by what like Visa or Mastercard, so it's not the best technology in the world yet. Like maybe eventually gets there, but because it's not controlled, it's allowing people like DeFi freedom. That's what I think. I don't know. Ooh, chosen ones. It wouldn't surprise me. But I can't see them, like, even if they do, like, well, I could be misunderstanding, but, like, I can't see them, like, BRICS, for example. Go back to BRICS. It's going to be, like, some Swift versus BRICS thing, like, anyway. And imagine BRICS having a cryptocurrency, like, based transactional platform, which arguably they kind of do now. I don't know how exactly it works, but it has to. The current legacy financial systems have to stop double spend. Otherwise, you just like everyone has a credit card is useless because it can't keep track of transactions. So even if they had an improved, quote unquote, improved blockchain coin, I can't see them being able to like let everyone else have eyes on it and just eye fuck every transaction that goes on. Because then you'll be able to like track and trace them. You'd be like, oh, okay, so like $1 billion was moved, a couple billion, 10 billion was moved. Oh, it went over to this account, and this account holds how many billions. And then like you tie it back to some fucking weapons manufacturing, and that ties back to some government. You're like, okay, so the governments can now track and trace their purchases and contracts. It's like that's doesn't sound very safe to me. If you think about that sort of stuff, but nice. It'd be weird though if you had if like anyone has a cryptocurrency based payment system and then you enter into cryptocurrency, it'd be kind of strange. Like that crossover between like even fiat now into the cryptocurrency realm and back and forth. It's all, to me, it's all track and trace anyway, so nothing new under the sun. What is Stellar? I have no idea what it is. I'll look it up. Stellar MoneyGram. Oh, is that fucking, what's it, Luminance? No? What the fuck is this? This is crypto? Oh, the circle in there. Is that this one? Yeah, from Stellar Luminance. I remember that. Didn't they change the name a few times? What oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm like dyslexic, man. No, I'm not really, but I just type too fast. I'll fix it up. How to crush a stream, have a typo. What the fuck is this? Yeah, see, there's like, okay, without knowing anything about it, assuming it actually is crypto and not some like evil, WEF orientated fucking file or some shit. So no, so like, it makes sense for cryptocurrency to exist like this, but um, no bank account required. It's kind of cool. It is USDC. That's crazy. I mean, it would reduce the need for fucking you bring about that, you know, that cashless society, which maybe could be a goal for some. I'm not sure, but you know, if crypto exists and cashless society exists, cash kind of still exists. But how are they going to phase out cash? You know, it can be very hard. But also, once you move your cash, quote unquote, cash anywhere into an actual bank account, it gets picked up there through the big dragnet, which is fine. But this is fucking interesting shit. Like, e-payment service. What the fuck? Ooh, circle. MoneyGram. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's like I don't know what that is. So you then purchase cryptocurrency, or quote unquote, you have cash at some point because you can't just mine it from nothing, mint from nowhere. In this example, and then you chuck it in through like MoneyGram. You send it around wherever you want. You have like some wallet, Stellar Luminance, whatever. So I guess this is why it's worth looking at, you know, other things, not in terms of there's just so much out there, man. It's just like overwhelming. But then you can focus and specialize on one particular thing and get very, very proficient at that, or you can sort of have a vague understanding about everything. Doing so many hours in a day, you know. But I mean, if that's like usable, then it would provide benefit to some people. I don't know. You have a particular wallet, you have to have a wallet anyway, I guess. But how is this different from having a fucking crypto wallet, you know? I guess access to Stellar, okay, so maybe they're gonna be making some money somewhere. So it can't be cheap holding up an entire fucking network just to like allow people to just allow us to transact. It's like doesn't you could already do that on Ethereum, Pulse Chain, various other networks. Interesting. fucking ISO. Is that a thing? Imagine that cryptocurrency becomes that. Like that becomes the next thing. Like DeFi becomes actual DeFi, and then everything becomes compliant, which would be crazy. Compliant with what though? You know, compliant with I guess the ISOs, but then it becomes like businesses can like have their fucking point of sale. It's like Mastercard, Visa, accepted, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain, fucking MoneyGram. Every cryptocurrency, like cryptocurrency has a fucking symbol, a network, and it's just like huge multi-chain fucking insanity. I guess if this is not controlled by a bank, this is why banks will be packing it so hard, and legacy finance, because I had an app the other day and I was able to sign up and basically, yeah, it was a bank here, one of the larger ones, and you basically sign up online. You have like an online account, and it's quick as fuck, and you can just drop money in there and get interest on it. I'm like, huh, that's pretty interesting. It's almost like they're trying to rebrand themselves in a way that like competes with this with cryptocurrency, with this sort of cryptocurrency, because younger people will love this shit. Not just like Stellar, but all of cryptocurrency. Imagine some young kid stumbling across cryptocurrency, becoming insanely wealthy, and then their entire future has been shaped and shifted in a way that they're gonna have financial freedom. I would hope they would get a job of some sort and use that capital for like good purposes, but it could happen, you know. It could happen. Very strange future we're going into, people. I mean, madness against everyone. I don't care. Good out. Okay. So set up to the infrastructure. Well, I think banks will be competing though. They'll be like, they'll have their own system, right? Like I said, like before with this old legacy, and they'll have their like this new online thing I had. Well, that was pretty cool. I guess then you got the things like Coast, Legacy, and Crypto Meet. You got these other things appearing, and you got like PayPal's. You got PayPal's with allowing you to buy crypto. Everything's becoming more interwoven, I guess. Banks will force everyone. Don't surprise me at all, man. Oh, not surprise me at all. But then that's what I mean. Like it all could be run from a fucking like rolled out from the perspective from the financial institutions and their tech arms and their research and development for all we know. I don't think they're going to give up their dominance. They dictate dominant correct. They crush everything correct. They own everything correct. Like BlackRock fucking they've got their own ETF now, you know. So they are in the space. They're coming to wreck everyone. Albeit through profits and gains, but like they would rather own what you have. I guess maybe that could be where the term, you know, you own nothing and be happy, because fucking BlackRock will own it all. At least they'll lease you the fucking chain. Imagine that. Interesting. See, they love that USDC. That's crazy. Is that actually? I wonder if that's actual Circle USDC. I'm guessing it is. Let's have a look at their country list. Oh, one thing about cryptocurrency, it would be very easy if they could, you know, they blacklisted fucking certain addresses who touched Tornado Cash. It'd be very easy to blacklist everyone if they start rolling that out. This is how old I am. I remember Coinbase in Australia. I don't know, Blue, you might remember, but Coinbase, you never used to be able to sell fucking cryptocurrency on Coinbase. It was a buy only option. I always remembered that, and I just assumed that it was still a thing. So I went and checked the other day, and I'm like, no shit, you can sell it now. What the fuck? Circle joined them. Ooh. Well, maybe then we're lucky we have Pulse Chain to sort of stake our own hexacode, you know. Cash out only. How many countries are there in the world? Right. Seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Are they rushing? Brazil? Brazil? That's kind of weird. There's no Brazil or Russia. Is there India? India is there. Chile, I think. BRICS. And South Africa. Yeah, it's crazy. World's like competing over everything. No, South Africa. Ooh, so not every BRICS nation. They had a bit of an issue a while back. I think they were talking about that BRICS fucking cryptocurrency. Or something that I don't remember if it was India voted against it, but they didn't like the idea of having like a BRICS currency because that stops them being able to print their own money, which would suck if you wanted to. Yeah, look into their meetings. They have some interesting stuff in BRICS. They don't grant everything. Yes. All right. Cool. Cool stuff. I see. I'm so old. I had no idea that Stellar Luminance, the fucking, to me, it was like almost like a meme coin, had any use. And now I find out that they've been working the background, and now they're working towards Stellar.org. Now we've got the Bitcoin ETF. Now we've got everything. Now we've got all these old exchanges that went bankrupt and starting to pay people back. Interesting legislation developing around the world. Some countries openly endorsing it, embracing it, I should say. Some other countries not so much. Where is it all headed? All I can say is cryptocurrency is still winning. But then it's like, you bring this up, it's like, now what is cryptocurrency? Is it truly decentralized, something like Pulse Chain? Arguably Ethereum, but then you hear about, the World Economic Forum, and then what, BRICS was endorsing fucking Bitcoin mining. It's like, hang on, maybe not all crypto is as what it seems. Possibly, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just glad I found. I have no idea about any of that. All I know is I'm glad I found Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and INCX, because things are getting strange out there, with cryptocurrency. Like, I don't know who to trust, what to trust. It could sound really cool, but then it could also be not so cool, like a few steps down the road. I'm gonna look at that later on. What else? So basically, that would mean a lot of the cryptocurrency could be co-opted. So that would suck. I just think it's funny, man. It's fucking how it's all developing. Crazy. I think I'll close it out shortly. I'm just like going through live on stream shit like this, very old. Because when everyone's focused in their little echo chamber, whatever it may be, if you take any value for the market cap or however people look at it, reach quite low, Pepe low, It's like USDT is like number 3, BNB, Solana, XRP, USDC is stable. I don't know. Doge, LOL, Doge, SHIB, AVAX. Fucking hell. Where's Stellar? Yeah, yeah. So it's funny. How is that? Are they going to use their Stellar as a fee provider? Are they a network? The fuck? Excellent. See, they be fucking building like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, after all these years, I come back and have a look, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? All this infrastructure being set up. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. It's like half the crypto stuff turns out being like BlackRock owned, funded. That would be funny. Or WEF like initiatives. Yeah, see, there's a fuck ton of shit going on. I had no idea. Right, I'm gonna go back over here where I know what's going on and just I'll keep playing in PulseX, Inc. and Hex. That's just me. What's happening, Dart? You always tuned in and caught the Stellar shoe. We're like, I'm not looking at this shit like, what the fuck is this? I remember Stellar was just like a ticker symbol to me. That's all it was. I would go over here, be like, which one's the lowest? And in the top 100, maybe I'll buy some and it'll go up. And I'll dig deeper and it's like, some of this shit looks like it's not government run, but looks like it's a BlackRock run, if you ask me. Maybe I'm wrong. You see the network, it's like, what the fuck? Join a growing ecosystem. That is crazy. I don't know any of these people. At least in Pulse Chain, you like know the communities roughly, vaguely. You know, like, oh, that's that person. They're building this. That's cool. But like some of this stuff, I'm like, who built this? What the fuck? Building like crazy in the background. They want you to buy dog if. So it's like they're building up quote unquote crypto and it's being like Trojan horsed in as crypto and it's actually just, you know, what do you call it? Legacy upgrades. And they're going to roll it out to the next generation of quote unquote crypto, maybe. Meanwhile, we have real quote unquote real DeFi. Well, we have real DeFi, I'd say, in Pulse Chain. And maybe we are gonna have BlackRock come in and try and buy our bags because like that'll be the only thing left which they don't have or don't control. They'll go through the what we call it they'll go through the Richard Hart Museum of cryptocurrencies. You know, like the Ethereum's all the depictions of Ethereum held be the only stuff available because everything else will be bought and controlled by BlackRock or the ETFs. Maybe just maybe. Maybe not, but no. Yeah, I gotta fix my typing, man. That's bad. Crypto. I'll make a new coin called Crypto. Man, what else is out there that we have that I have no idea about? Like I said, I was watching the other day some stuff about uni. I'm watching them going, I never want to make a fucking stream about crypto again. Do I look like that? What the fuck? Basically, the whole point of the stream video was to shield you that particular product and for you to have more awareness about it and to purchase it. I don't know. I thought, is that really what all of this cryptocurrency is going to become? And then you look into it a bit more, so you can add some different aspects of it. Okay, maybe it's sort of legacy upgrading itself, or maybe it's sort of funded by XYZ, and that's its sort of intentions. But to me, I personally think that it's just a group of people that get together, learned about some shit, and all bought some shit, like, hey, this stuff's pretty cool. Look what it did. And they don't know anyone else. They don't know, it's not like some fucking group endeavor. Just purely by luck. Purely by, well, not purely by luck, purely by their free will, they were brought to be. A freedom. Crypto brought about freedom, by freedom, for freedom. It should be. That's what I think it should be. Not like to manipulate and to sort of herd everyone into fucking XYZ payment systems, and then we gain control over that network. It can get complex quick, and it can be very hard to track and trace every single move. Yeah, I'd love to see like really large whales and other networks being tracked and traced as much as the people track and trace the fucking the OA and shit, because that would be interesting. I would like to see that. But oh, so this large entity, who's this large entity? Is the large entity a bank? Is it a hedge fund? Like, who is it? I guess you can kind of see it with the Bitcoin stuff, the purchases. You get that address, their wallets. That would be interesting, because again, when you follow the money, it usually tells you the story. Whether that be through endless wars, whether that be through political funding, you'd be like, oh, who's funding this? Why are they funding this? Why is the WEF funding this? Or why is the WEF being funded by this? And then if you follow the money back through, if you're able to, if they haven't run it through tumblers, then you can hopefully help you figure out what the fuck is going on in the planet. Because yeah, that would be interesting. Who really controls cryptocurrency if it's not us as individuals? Bad. Alright, that's it, man. And possible women, not sure, but that's all I got. Yeah. In closing, I am personally quite content with INC ripping faces off. Hopefully Hex eventually ripping faces off again and again and again. And to be honest, I'm not fast. PulseChain PulseX rips faces off immediately, because eventually it will. But like I said, if you're getting INC through those two, maybe it's kind of cool that they just fucking go sideways for a bit and INC just explodes. Even if you're not, and it does. Hey, if PulseChain and PulseX rips faces off and then you miss out somehow through impermanent loss, you're still gonna win. Like there's no metric in which you lose, but I guess you've got the metric where who actually controls it, and you go into the deep state sort of shit. But again, that's probably maybe it's worth researching, maybe it's not. Alright, peace out, people.